everybody! Welcome to the very special D-Pad 5th anniversary
D-Pad
podcast.
Anniversary 5.
Right? This is our special 5 years ago today, as you guys are watching / listening to this, was the very first podcast we ever did as the D-Pad. I think back then it was me, John, and Beeble.
Yep.
CJ joined us for Let's Plays come June, and then got more involved in the podcast side of things.
And I was just becoming friends with Ben at this time, actually.
Nice.
Yep.
I'm
eventually
This
joined
is
us.
the first podcast I've ever been on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey.
and I think
blacked out for that whole period.
that's entirely.
That's
I
literally
believe
true.
I would believe that.
I thought we were doing the introduction thing.
We
was
did.
gonna do the whole
We did start.
No, I
hanging
thought we
out.
were like,
the
I'm
full
Rick,
one?
I'm John, I'm Ben, and that was always funny. I used to do that back in the
I'm
day. You know?
CJ.
I used to do that back in the day.
I finally.
we were just. I just started being on some of the Let's Plays, and you guys were still doing the podcast.
Yep.
But
We were
doing
wrapping it up.
Thursdays or Sunday. I
Yeah.
couldn't make it down, so I
Yeah.
missed out on
because
all
we.
Oh, man, that was rough. That was such a Mickey Mouse
We
thing.
used to
had,
pay
like-
money every week
Well, the thing is,
to not get paid.
you
to talk to
so
people.
you joined up with us in like December of 2013, I think,
Yes.
when we were playing Wind Waker. I think was the very first episode, Tower of the Gods, and that was right. I think that was in the dead center of the brief time that we went independent again after Unregular Radio / Dig Radio for the podcast, and we already were having trouble keeping it going at that point, and I think we all kind of knew that the end was near in terms of the podcast, but it was like, all right, it's December. It's not that bad yet. We're still making it kind of happen, and as the spring started to roll in, we're like, all right, let's bring it out to like a 3-year anniversary, and then we'll give it its final
lop it
episode,
off.
and yeah.
And then we had a whole bunch of audio problems.
Yeah,
'cause we had to, like,
Jesus.
we remember we bought like 3 different interfaces. Like
Yep.
the first one was terrible, the second one was okay,
Yep.
and the third one is the one you're listening to.
Yeah,
Have
it's
been
stuck
for
with us. It's stuck
everything.
with us for 2.5 years now,
Yeah.
and it's been a trooper. There's very rarely a time where the soundboard. It's probably the most reliable piece of hardware we have here.
It is actually.
That's
yeah, it's
definitely
you know,
true.
the only times we've ever had audio problems are user error. So
Yeah, exactly. We screw up, or like the Mac like has to shut down or
Yeah,
something, and it doesn't
yeah.
connect back up right, or something like that.
I just remember showing up and I don't know what was going on.
Yeah.
just like today.
Is that a
Yeah,
lot of
right.
your life, Siege?
Yeah, no, I thought we were doing this podcast a few hours ago. We're not live like we used to be. I
No,
guess,
we're not
but,
live for this one. We thought, we thought about it. And actually, so sometime this week, we're still figuring out the day or time, we're going to have our quote-unquote March Patreon hangout, and we'll be
Yeah.
a little bit more. We'll be live. We'll hang out with folks. We can talk about
Yeah.
our big announcements and all that stuff.
But Rick's pretty smart now. He knows in order to get me over here, he just needs to like say, "Oh yeah, we're doing a podcast," and then he's gonna make me play like really fucking weird games for like
of that,
3 hours.
let's
before-
talk about
Sonic
Sonic
Can we talk
Dreams
about it because that already
Collection.
aired? Or
that will have aired by now.
that will
yeah.
have aired by
Yes.
okay.
What the fuck,
What
everyone?
the fuck?
Yeah.
I like.
I'm glad that's your reaction, by the way, John, because like about halfway through, you started going to like, this is hilarious mode, and I was like, damn it, I was kind of hoping this would be a little more disturbing.
But by the end,
There's
it made up for
The
it.
very end.
There's 3 phases of that game.
Yeah, it's
There's the beginning phase where it's plausible that these
Yeah.
might be like
This
you
could have
know,
been a Sega
data
project
dumps
at
that
one
they pulled
point.
out some here. There's the middle phase where it's like, okay, this is getting a little silly, and then there's the dark final phase
Yeah.
where everything goes to shit, and it's
What
like,
is it?
what
the
is
way
wrong?
the way I spun it was that I was like, David Lynch just made a game about my childhood, and that's exactly what it becomes. It was so fucked
It's
up.
hilarious because right at the end, it seems like, all right, we're gonna make out with Sonic, whatever, and it's like, all right, it's a little silly, but it came away from the dark. Oh, here's an esophagus full of Big the Cat. Like it pulled out of that, and all of a sudden, it's like, oh, here we go, we're gonna make out. Oh,
Listen,
oh God,
buddy.
oh Jesus, oh God, with the eye and like,
I gotta tell you, that wasn't an esophagus.
it could have been a colon. I don't know.
We were birthed.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, we were
so
ultimately
what was
birthed.
that, the
That'd
butthole?
be is that
Yeah,
no?
that's the
Sure,
butt. It was
yeah,
the butt.
that's the
Well,
one.
it also went downwards, right?
That was all.
I mean, it all kind of goes downward.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like.
The
I don't like it.
so I'm glad you got. I'm glad I got that
Yikes.
reaction out of you.
Yikes! is-
Yikes!
To sum it up,
Yikes!
yikes. Maybe that's what you should call the episode.
The episode
is-
Yikes.
Yeah.
Oh
Did
God.
we name our audio episodes?
We used to.
No,
I
we
don't-
should call the episode of Sonic Dreams Collection.
Yeah, that might be. Oh, there was something we said like right near the beginning that I think was a little better. I'll have to listen again. I need to take better notes. I used to take notes when we recorded, so I could be like, "Oh, sweet, that'll be a good episode title."
Right.
But it's hard to like.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, you got to pull away from it. You got to be like, "Oh, that's the
When
fourth
he's not
funny joke
taking
we made
notes,
for that." you know?
Rick's
I mean, you're
current-
gonna listen to all the dialogue again like 3 times.
Yeah, I have to edit it anyway.
Where
so
did
there's
they
no
get that
point.
3D sprite of Blaze? That wasn't from Sonic Adventure.
No,
No,
none of
I
these
think
are
this
from
is
Sonic
someone
Adventure.
who is pretty good at Unreal Engine,
Well,
yeah.
making all this shit.
There's also a lot of fairly public assets at this point where it's like it's not strictly public, but like the there are people who do like the Unreal fan games and like they open source what they work on, and so I'm sure it was probably like someone made a bunch of 3D Sonic like stuff and was like,
Yeah.
all right, here you go, you can just use this.
Where was Knuckles in that whole?
I don't think there was
Notably
any
absent.
his fists were probably inside of Big.
Ugh.
I mean, he'd be pissed that Sonic's fucking Rouge.
They're just like a hate fuck buddy relationship.
Amy's
That's really all they
Amy's
are.
with Shadow, I guess. That's what the implication was
That's
there.
what
Or Shadow
that's
was
what we
there for
learned.
emotional support while
Yeah.
Amy was. Oh wait, no, because it was Sonic and Rouge are the parents, obviously. Wow, prom was weird for Sega.
This is. I don't like it, you guys. I don't like it.
So this is also
Yeah,
I'm
that
not
was-
going to sleep well tonight.
That was super fucked.
this is also the first podcast we've done in 2 years. Our last one was 2 years ago today.
Yeah.
I mean, not for us as we do this, but 2 years ago for you guys as you listen. I think so. Tomorrow, about an hour and a half from now is April 1st, and that was I remember that was actually the day we recorded the very 1st podcast in me and Beeble's old apartment in Worcester, and I
Wow.
think we had
Alex
Steve
and Steve.
yeah,
And Alex, yeah.
and Steve were on. We were talking about video game movies and movie video games, and why it seems like no one is capable of getting them right at all.
Have there been any good ones since then?
That's the thing. I can't really. Think
I would
of many.
argue.
The whole guy,
Spider-Man
Five Nights at
2 was
Freddy's is
supposed
gonna
to be-
a movie.
I would argue Mortal Kombat, the first one.
Mortal Kombat the movie,
Great
the game.
movie.
Yeah, it's
the Mortal
perfect
Kombat
for
movie.
what it is. Yeah.
I'm a big fan. I'm sure I said it 5 years ago too. I'm a big fan, unironically, of DOA Dead or Alive, the movie. It's actually
I didn't
really
even realize they
entertaining
made a game
and
of that.
incredibly
Or a
self-aware.
movie of that.
Um,
I
Trying
feel
to
like
think
there's
of
been
some other
something
ones.
recent that came out that was
Hitman, Agent 47 was a couple months
wasn't
ago.
that not great though?
It was not great. In fact, let me pull up
I mean, Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice sounds like a shitty video game.
I
idea.
mean,
yeah, let's talk
Batman
about
5
that.
Superman
actually.
Dawn of Justice.
Super Mario Brothers
Batman
holds a
vs.
special
Superman.
place in my
Doge.
heart.
Have any of you guys? Yeah, same here. I think that's more
I
the
saw
nostalgia.
the
but-
movie, and if I can speak a little bit about Batman 5 Superman without spoiling too much.
Go for it.
The movie was a fucking mess.
Yeah.
So
So you
have
would
you seen
say
it, Siege?
there was-
you would say
No.
that it leans
Are you
less away
gonna?
from the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes of 71%
Yes.
and toward the critical review tomato meter of 29%.
Yeah,
One of the worst that's ever been seen.
So wait, audiences like it?
Yeah, it's Batman and Superman, so some
It's
know,
been going
some people are
down. I
gonna
think
like it.
people.
The
were
thing about the
5-starring
movie is
it.
Ben,
there's
it was
a
so
lot
hard
of-
for you just not to say. So some idiots like.
You gotta
Some
understand, some
fucking
people don't know
bullshit.
shit about comics. They're just like,
Yeah.
oh, Superman and Batman are gonna be in a movie together.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
You know, it's like my mom and my dad getting together.
That would never happen.
Wow.
So
Damn.
there's a lot of like neat individual scenes that look really cool. I mean, Zack
Yeah.
Snyder, who's like is able to produce
Visually,
visually
the
The
appealing
shallowest
stuff.
director in Hollywood.
Yeah.
But like it looks
Yeah.
good.
It's stunning,
But then like
but it's-
you're when you're looking at the movie as a whole, it's just like I don't know what direction it's
Zack
trying to
Snyder's
go
like,
in. There's
I'm really
no
good
real
at taking
plot.
really well drawn comics and making them into
Stuff
really good
that
looking
happens
movies.
makes no sense. But it's just like I really like that part. That was cool when that character did that thing. But
How much
like,
Wonder Woman is in there, like percentage wise?
like 5%.
Yeah, that's
We're
what I
talking,
mean.
Really? Wow.
skin,
She
right?
shows
I
up
was
at
expecting
like
a little
about
more,
skin
but-
showing.
kinda,
Yeah, I wish.
Oh,
She
she's the
shows
one who
up
just kind
I
of
would take
appears for a
5%.
minute and then vanishes for like half an hour, I would assume.
So
right?
she is kind of sort of there a little bit, but you don't know it's her.
Well, she shouldn't be
She
there.
shows
The Batman's,
up-
the Batman's called Movie versus Superman.
yeah.
yeah.
She
That'd
shows
be
up
way
for
better.
real. Like she's actually Wonder Woman at the very end,
Uh-huh.
and she's also used as just a device to set up other DC
Of
movies.
course, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And there were cameos from the others. I heard there was like little teeny tiny.
Technically,
Yeah.
there's basically like
Damon
little clips of the other movies they plan to make, but they just kind of show these clips in a row.
Oh, one of those like you two will become foom 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 the greatest league of justice.
No, I mean
foom,
like
foom,
there's a
foom,
little
that'll-
like 20-second like spoiler
Oh.
clip for each movie that they
What?
want to make, and they just show them one
Oh,
after
that's
another.
a super bizarre way
Because-
of
in
doing
the
that.
middle of the movie?
Yeah.
Or what?
Yeah.
What the fuck, guys?
They
All
just,
right,
there's
hang
like
on.
a little 20-second clip for the Flash. There's a little 20-second clip for whoever else. I don't remember whatever the fuck.
I just
else
want
there
to. I
was.
just want to. I just would love to see a transcript of the meeting that Zack Snyder had, where he walks in and goes, "All right, guys, here's what's gonna happen. we got a script for a movie, but instead, what if we just put some commercials in it?
Yeah, that's
Just some fucking commercials.
they had trailers in
yeah, pretty much,
in the movie.
People
Batman
love
5
trailers.
Superman.
Aquaman coming
guys, people
2019.
love
Wait, what?
trailers.
People
Let's
do love
make
trailers.
a really big
Now,
trailer.
for what it's worth, we did the reaction video. The last Batman v Superman trailer was actually really good.
Yeah,
I
but
think.
you
Yeah,
could tell
the
they
trailer was
mined all the
Yeah.
good to make
Yeah.
that trailer.
The second
trailer
one
was
is one of the
fine.
worst trailers I think we've ever seen. The
I
one that
still
had-
think it's like, is this a Superman movie? Is it a Batman movie? Is it a Justice League movie?
Right.
It's
what the
really-
hell?
the
are they trying
last
to
trailer
do?
made it
It's
seem like
really
a
none of
Batman
those.
movie.
It's
oh,
none of
jeez,
those.
right.
Cool.
They
It's-
managed to take all the elements you want to see and give you none of
Yeah,
it.
no, because I really felt like when the movie first came out, it was supposed to just be Batman versus Superman. And they were like, "Hey guys, now we can finally make a Justice League movie. So let's
Yeah.
like really gear towards that." And people were like, "Yeah." And it's like Marvel fucking was smart, and they were like, "Let's
Build up
just
the
take our
characters
time, build up
first.
the characters,
Yeah.
and then get them all together." And then DC was like, "Oh
Huck them
shit."
together. Boom.
We're
I
behind.
don't know how much
Yeah.
coke I just did, but we're like 10 years behind, and we just
Yeah.
fucking need to do a Justice League movie.
So how is Ben Affleck as Batman?
Probably.
He's good.
He's good.
That
He's
does not
really
surprise
good.
me at all.
And
I love
whatever
Ben
the dude's
Affleck.
name is who
He's-
plays Superman,
It doesn't matter.
he plays a good Superman.
Henry Cavill. Henry
And,
Cavill.
No.
Cavill.
Cavill.
No,
Lex,
stop you
Lex
right there.
Luthor.
Nobody cares.
What's his name? The
What's that?
actor who plays Lex Luthor.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Awesome, Lex Luthor.
Really?
Really.
Glad to hear it.
Wow. Yeah, Jesse
His
Eisenberg's a good
individual
actor.
performance
That
is
actually
really
surprises
good.
me because
None
I
of us-
hated
okay.
every moment I saw of him in the trailers.
Oh, I
Literally
thought
Literally
we
every
expect, but if he
second I
was
could
good,
see that
he's good.
fucking
that could
face.
be like a
how's
personal-
Matt
a
Damon as
personal-
Aquaman?
He is shown in the movie.
Moist.
He looks a little
No,
like
it's,
Khal Drogo.
I
I
was
don't know
gonna say
why,
it's
but he's
Khal
been
Drogo,
working
yeah.
out.
No, was it Jason Momoa?
Yeah. Khal Drogo.
Yeah.
You've never even seen Game of Thrones, Rick.
No, but I know him
Stop
as that more
repeatedly
than
saying Khal
Jason
Drogo.
Mumu
He's
or whatever.
Yeah, but his last
more
name is
Khal
Momoa.
Drogo than
That's awesome to
Jason
say.
Momo or whatever. his name-
Momo.
Momo
Jason
Japanese
Momo.
for peach.
Guys,
I
Momo.
really hope that's
Guys,
his name.
no
Jason
Momo.
Peach.
No Momo.
No
No Momo.
So wait, so we've got
No
them.
Momo, but I love
Who
you
else
guys.
is Flash is in the movie, right?
Yep.
But not the TV Flash.
Not the TV Flash.
No.
There's actually
Which is
two
a bummer.
different Flashes that they show in the movie.
Wally West and Barry Allen.
I don't know.
I'm
Or the
guessing.
same
Oh,
Flash
God.
at different points in his
running
life.
fast.
Like,
two different points of his running fastness.
yeah, I don't know.
For what it's worth, the guy who plays Barry
Marsh-
Allen is Grant Gustin on the TV show, and he
Grant
does a
Gustin.
damn good job with it. I think.
There's like the trailer clip that they use for all of the DC movies that are going to be coming up, which they're definitely going to be doing an origin story for him again because
Who?
of the
Who?
clip that they
Batman
the
or
Flash.
Flash?
The
Okay.
Flash. Yeah, they'll be doing a new origin for the Flash.
Well, that's
See-
fine because I'm not watching the goddamn TV show.
the TV show is
so-
actually really
the
good.
TV show is awesome.
I'm not
I would
gonna
say
watch
it's
it.
actually probably better in some ways than the Arrow in terms of
that's
like.
fine. No, I'm not gonna watch it. You know what I liked? Smallville. You know what I had a problem
fine.
with? Them building up Smallville for 10 years and saying, you know what? We're not gonna make
That
you
was
Superman.
stupid. I
we're
think
not.
that was-
We're not gonna let you wear the
There are-
costume.
there are-
We're actually just gonna scrap the whole thing and reboot.
I
I
think
never
that was
watched
probably a bad
Smallville,
call.
but I really like the new Flash show.
Yeah. Flash is
I
good.
think I've only watched
Green
a
Arrow's
season or
good.
two, but
or Arrow rather is good.
Who else do we got? We got Martian Manhunter. Is he in there?
Nope.
Strikeout.
Is there gonna be a Batman movie that's just
Yes.
Ben Affleck?
Yes.
Ben
I
Affleck
think
has already
It's
confirmed
called
that he wrote the
Suicide
script.
Squad. It's coming out a few months
No,
later.
Ben
He
Affleck-
wrote the script, but
Ben
are they
Affleck's-
making it?
Yes.
Okay.
He wrote and he's going to direct and star.
The
And
other
Wow, okay.
the
so
other
it's basically Argo all over again, and God knows how well that went.
It's
Argo
actually
with
good.
the
It's good.
costume.
Batman set in the Middle East.
the other mini trailer that they have in Batman 5
like
Superman
that
is,
mumble sequence.
Cyborg is the other character that they're going
yes.
to be using. Which I was pretty surprised that they would use Cyborg for anything besides Teen Titans, but
Yeah.
No, he's their go-to black guy in DC Comics.
Yeah.
like I'm
Yeah.
not fucking around.
Except
or
for,
John Stewart.
Jon
yeah,
Stewart, yeah.
sometimes. But everyone likes Hal Jordan better.
I'm sorry, I thought Jon Stewart was a tiny Jew.
yeah.
That was good.
That's real good.
That was a.
I like the first rendition better.
Let's use this for another half an hour.
Yeah, that's the whole
how
thing.
The podcast goes.
So all right. So by comparison to Batman v Superman, there's another superhero.
Batman 5 Superman.
Batman 5 Superman. You have the flip side of things, which is Deadpool, which has been universally praised and is now currently, as we are recording this, and might not be anymore by the time you hear it, the number 2 all-time highest-grossing R-rated film. It just passed
Really?
American Sniper yesterday, and it's less than 20 million away from Passion of the Christ.
only because
to
it's
become
the
all-time
only because it's the
highest-grossing.
first superhero R-rated movie.
Yeah, superhero genre is still a huge fucking deal. People thought it was going to start to fade, but it hasn't yet.
It has for me. I'm
Really?
bored. I mean,
There's a lot of material to pull
You know what?
from, and they
Deadpool
got
was
new
good.
characters that they can use like all
I
the
think
time.
they will do
and
a
there's
lot
still
better.
lots of
I don't want to
good
say anything
characters to
bad about
use, so-
Deadpool,
Yeah.
but I was kind of underwhelmed.
I would give it like a 4 out of 5 probably. Like it was very good, but it
For
definitely
Deadpool?
wasn't like Iron Man 3 or Winter Soldier material. Like
Deadpool. Yeah.
Yeah, but it
Deadpool,
was
yeah.
also kind of a comedy / satire.
yeah,
but,
so it's hard to put on
um,
the same. But I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy was also
The
kind
only-
of an
the
action
only
comedy,
real
and that one was
problem-
a 5 out of 5 for me. Like perfect score. Like that was a fucking great movie.
The only real problem I had with Deadpool at all is that there was a little too much background and like origin story in it. Because like
yeah, it was a little bit
I just want to see Deadpool being Deadpool and like doing Deadpool.
Yeah, no,
things.
you're right. I
a
agree
little
with
much.
that.
Like
And they
t-
did
It's
it-
like
they
he
did-
has cancer. He's got a
Yeah.
healing factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they skipped the whole Wolverine part. It's like just skip the whole fucking part
Yeah,
then.
they did it well because they kept kind of like they'd show Deadpool doing Deadpool things and
Yeah.
they kind of cut back a little bit and like flash back and show a little bit more, and then they'd show him doing more cool things and they flash
think-
back a little bit more.
I think 5 to
so
10
they
minutes
introduced
less.
yeah
of
they
it would've
introduced
been
his
perfect.
origin in a good way. I
Yeah.
just didn't need that much.
Yeah.
I'm really curious as to why they used what's her name in the movie?
Negasonic
Vanessa
Teenage Warhead.
Vanessa
Oh.
Carlisle. That's her
Yeah.
name.
Yeah, I didn't.
No, specifically, she's Domino. She's a mutant.
Oh,
Yeah.
She can shapeshift.
I think there's
That's
a
weird.
popular theory
So
that
why
while
did-
she was in the container, it actually did just barely like up her like any sort of inherent mutant properties.
Yeah, but it's like I can't tell if they're gonna bother using her in another movie or not, though.
I think they'll bring her back
Because like Deadpool isn't known for like a great romantic relationship.
No.
Like actually in the comics, Copycat in the comic books, Copycat is introduced posing as Domino.
interesting.
So you're like, here's this character Domino. Domino and Deadpool are in this relationship.
yeah,
X amount of issues later, you find out that Domino is actually
X amount of give it to you. Sorry.
an assassin called Copycat.
Yeah,
And who like has been holding Domino hostage this whole time,
Right.
And then
I thought
and then
Domino-
they kill Copycat because she's a bad guy.
okay. I
And-
thought Domino also got shapeshifting or something.
no, Domino has good luck powers.
Oh, okay.
oh yeah.
But yeah, you know, a lot of
Me
people
too.
get them confused because
The introduction, I guess.
the
right?
introduction of Copycat, she was Domino for like probably like close to 50 issues of X-Force. I think.
Jesus. Okay. That's a long run, even by comic
Yeah.
standards.
I think you were about to say Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Teenage Warhead,
who
yeah.
is a total revamp and change of the character.
In a
like,
big way. Those are not the
completely
powers that she had
different,
at all, and like
except
she was
that-
badass. I thought that
Yeah,
was. I thought she was.
but when I was reading the filmmaker's interview, he was like, "I like the character's name.
He liked the
I didn't
name.
like the powers." I was
Yeah.
like, "All right, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
Nobody cares
Yeah.
about that character anymore."
Right, no one's
She's
gonna be-
such a minor character.
you're gonna
in the
have
comics,
out
so
of-
it's
out
whatever.
of like I think something like 20 million people have bought tickets or something, or no, more than that. I don't remember the number. I was looking on TV.
lot.
A lot of people. I feel like out of those hundreds of millions of people, there's like less than 100 people who are actually like annoyed at that. I'm like,
Wait
hey,
a minute.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah,
what
she's actually
Negasonic
named
Teenage
after a
Warhead's
Monster
supposed to
Magnet
do.
song.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And
Nice.
she does have like she's drawn kind of like in a gothic, like in the
Yeah.
comics. She's
Yeah,
kinda
no.
gothy.
Her
I'd say half
look
goth,
is
half
accurate.
punk.
It's just her powers are
Yeah.
different.
But like if you go by her name, Negasonic Teenage Warhead, in the
Yeah.
movie Deadpool,
It makes sense.
makes a lot more sense than
Yeah.
what her
They're
actual
like negative empathy powers or something weird. I don't remember.
She
what
just
it
has
was in
like
the comic books.
telepathy and visions. Like
Yeah, but it was like
precognitive
it was
visions.
like
What'd she have in the
negative
movie?
empathy.
Boy,
Almost,
never
like
heard of
bad
that before on
visions,
the X-Men.
like
Yeah.
omens. I also really liked in Deadpool though that they just did not give a fuck about continuity. They were just like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what? Here's Colossus. I don't care when. I don't care how.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is I need the Colossus character for
Yeah.
this story.
I did
so I'm
love.
going to use it.
I did love the joke about like we're going to see Professor. Oh, Stewart or McAvoy? I got so confused. I was like, oh yes,
Yeah.
thank you. All right. this
Also,
is
the
gonna be
part
good.
where he's like, "Are there any more of you in this school? It feels really small."
It almost
It
feels
feels
like,
like-
it almost feels like we couldn't afford to have Maury here.
Yeah.
Huh? It's like, oh,
They did an amazing job of his fourth wall breaking
Yes.
and everything. It's really good.
the
As they should. Ryan Reynolds has been fucking practicing the character for
He's
like
been
10 years.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He specifically like became the producer just to ensure that it happened.
Yeah. On the other side of the boat, we have Channing Tatum trying to self-produce Gambit.
Wow, and it just doesn't ever seem to be getting better on that end. Christ.
I want it to happen so bad.
I want it to happen.
He would
I don't
be
know if I
good,
want,
too.
I
He
don't know if
would
I
be
want
good.
him to happen with it. I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I've been kind of jaded with him.
I
lately.
hated when they announced
Channing
Taylor
Tatum.
Kish.
I fell
Yeah.
in love with Channing Tatum.
I can't tell
after
if I like him or
watching
not.
21 and 22
Oh, there's
Jump
more to
Street.
21
this.
Jump
I
Street
thought
is
you were
really-
Really,
just gonna-
I was gonna say I fell in love with him after watching.
Hateful Eight.
No, is it,
After watching him take his
is
shirt
it This
off.
Is the End? Is it This Is the End?
Oh, I didn't see
After
Or-
the commercial from
yeah,
Magic
it's the-
Mike
This Is the
Double
End.
XL.
Oh yeah. He was great.
Yeah. He's the sex slave of James Franco, right?
And what? Wait a minute. Oh my
Have you
God.
not seen that movie?
Which one?
This Is the End.
No.
No, it's
I
not
really
James
wanted
Franco.
to.
Sorry, it's Danny. What the fuck?
Danny
Aiello.
Trejo.
No, not Trejo.
Tamarelli.
There are only
Is
two
his name
Dannys in
even
the
Danny?
world.
Relevant.
What? No,
Glover?
he's usually a writer, but he's in a couple movies. He's in Tropic Thunder, and he's in Pineapple Express. And he's in This Is
the
the
chubby
End.
dude, little teeny.
The chubby
crow.
dude.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
Oh.
There's
He's the
5
one who gets the
characters
shit
in that
kicked out of
movie.
him.
He's
Pineapple
red
Express.
in Pineapple Express.
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
can't remember the
yeah,
actor's
yeah,
name.
He's
there's
the one
five-
who
yeah,
was
it's like, it's
busted
not Seth
up by the
Rogen.
end of
It's
that
not
movie.
James Franco.
the other one.
It's
The guy,
not Jonah
the
Hill.
punching bag, basically.
and it's not Craig Ferguson. It's the other guy.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
Yeah, I
that
know, it was-
guy. Yeah.
It was real. I Deadpool did fucking great.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. I'm excited for number 2 because it's the highest return on investment.
I'm behind
that
this
a comic
Dolph
movie has ever
Lundgren
had.
idea.
Dolph Lundgren
Or Keira Knightley, but really
Or-
Dolph Lundgren.
what is
Dolph
the name?
Lundgren as Keira
Yeah.
Knightley.
No, as Cable. Oh, yeah, as Keira Knightley as Cable.
Stephen Lang apparently was interested in it. Yeah, if you don't know who he is,
See,
he's
that's
the
fucked up because
the
Stephen
military-
Lang helped create Sentinels. Look it up.
What do you mean? Like, was he?
Look it up,
Like
Rick.
in canon, the name.
Oh, really?
Stephen
Oh.
Lang, the name. It's kind
See-
of like Sebastian Shaw, Black King
Yeah.
of the Hellfire Club, also cameoed as Darth Vader in the 70s.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
He went back in time just to do that.
Or forward
Or
in time,
forward, yeah, I don't know.
depending on
Yeah.
how.
It was a long time ago.
yeah.
But yeah,
A
Stephen Lang
long
is
time ago.
he was the bad guy in Avatar, the Blue People movie.
the like general.
The
colonel
Smurf
guy?
one. Yeah, he was the evil general. Apparently, he's very interested in playing Cable, and it's like
Well,
might
he
be a
looks
little
like
old,
Cable.
but he could totally
Cable's
like
supposed to be
he's
a
got the
little old.
look.
Yeah.
Does
That's
it?
why I
Alright.
think Dolph Lundgren works.
Dolph Lundgren would also definitely work.
Um,
The trick is who can rock like a half a flat top and actually make it work.
This is the
Dolph
thing, though.
Lundgren.
It's
Not
not
me.
just about the flat top.
Vega is Vega that? No, not Vega. Which one's the from Street Fighter?
Vega's the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Wait, are you talking about?
Well, it's the flip.
Wait,
the
wait,
three of them
are
have
you
their-
talking about Japan or America?
Saget?
maybe Sagat? I was going to
okay,
Sagat.
it's not Bob
Saget,
Saget.
comma Bob.
Bob Saget is. Hey guys, I'm. And then they took a shit on each
Next
other.
up,
Let's go,
and that's how I
Deadpool.
met his
Ryu
mother.
versus Bob Saget
Oh,
in
God.
Thailand.
Let's see.
I'd watch that.
No, okay, so
No, not
Only if it's in
Sagat.
Thailand.
if
though.
I think about it, I can figure it out. Balrog, who in
Like
America,
the problem is they
Balrog-
changed the names.
in America, Balrog is the boxer,
yes,
and Bison
should be the boxer.
is the main bad guy.
Oh, I
and
think
Vega
of,
is the Spanish dude with the mask.
yes.
Yeah.
In Japan, M. Bison
Is the boxer.
is the boxer, Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking.
Balrog is the Spanish dude because
Yep.
it's a Spanish word.
Yep.
Which
Is it
makes
Balrog
Vega
is a Spanish word?
What we think of as M. Bison? I don't think that's right.
is M. Bison. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So I'm an
Weird.
idiot. I was thinking of Guile the whole
The guy
time.
with the cape
and I'm
and the
idiot.
Psycho Crusher
Oh,
should
Sagat,
be
he's
the
got like the
Vega.
swooshy
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
fucking. tall
Sagat
hair
is not
thing on.
included because Sagat was in Street Fighter 1 as Sagat. Then in
Ah.
Street Fighter 2, they introduced M. Bison and Vega and Balrog.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is amazing to me that they managed to fuck that up between the two games.
I think it was done intentionally.
No, it was done intentionally, yeah.
They intentionally
because they
swapped.
didn't. They didn't
three
want the
names?
black. When it came to America, they didn't want the black boxer to be M. Bison because like, oh, that's too close to M. Tyson.
yeah, in Japan, no one knew
Mike
who
Tyson.
Mike Tyson was. So
Shit,
they're like,
that's
oh,
right.
okay.
Yeah.
So then they're like, let's just flip him around.
Yeah,
No, that
because
And then
makes
M.
sense.
Bison just kind of sounds.
in Japan, it stood for, I
okay
think, Mike
for-
Bison. But then
Yeah.
in America, the M in is like Monsieur Bison, but he's from Thailand, so it's probably not French. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just M.
Mr. Bison.
Yeah,
Major
Mr.
Bison.
Major Bison. It's,
Yeah.
I think it's
It's
ambiguous.
ambiguous.
All
Yeah.
right.
It doesn't matter
Lee
because Dalsim
Bison.
is the best character in that game anyway,
Nice.
and in the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, which game? I mean,
Yoga
Street
does
Fighter
give you fire
5 just
powers.
came out, and
All of them that he's in, I just Dalsim all the way.
Interesting.
I just love the old Sega Genesis games where it's impossible to beat him in a stage because the elephants in the background are way too fucking distracting. Because they're just like constantly like raising their trunks, and they're like making
Jesus.
these like high pitched like 16-bit noises
Oh,
that do
good.
not sound like elephants at all.
Oh yeah, just get the. It's like,
Yeah.
stop. Nope. Yeah, there you go.
Yoga flame, yoga flush. Yoga flush?
Yeah, it's the best hand in poker.
Yeah. Or you're just
Tiger.
like, I drank too much during my juice cleanse. And
I-
yoga flush.
I like how Sagat's this giant dude, but in the game's like tiger, punch,
Tiger
uppercut.
knee.
Yeah, tiger.
And I can't even understand what DJ's saying. It's like snap out, snap on, yeah man,
Snap
we're
on.
gonna Adamasi.
Snap on. Snap
Yep.
off.
Yup.
I figured the first half of the joke was enough, but I guess not.
Blood of
You know
us
what was
John
a way
gave me
better
these
game
eyes
than
of
that?
anticipation, like, yeah, and then what?
Mortal
Like-
Kombat 2.
What's that?
Mortal Kombat was a much better franchise than Street Fighter, I think.
Game or movie?
Game.
Competitively or
And
for
movie.
fun?
For fun.
Here's the thing about.
Okay.
See, I agree with you. I like Mortal Kombat better than Street Fighter. Street Fighter, I feel like has a much more diehard fan base because
Yeah,
it's
'Cause
more.
it's like a complex
It's
fighting
more-
game.
Japanese.
It's a little more complex. It's a more competitive fighting game. It's like actually big tournaments and stuff for Street Fighter, and Mortal Kombat doesn't really.
well,
get
Mortal
that.
Kombat, I think, still has big tournaments.
No.
I think Street Fighter is
They're just
much
an
more
outworld.
Japanese. Like it's like Japanese developers. It's also got kind of more of an anime storyline. Mortal Kombat was made by white dudes. It's about just killing people. You know, there's a tournament supposedly, but they constantly break the rules of the tournament in every single game. And then they went back in time, and then they went forward in time. And I don't
There's a
even know.
Street Fighter 2010 back in the 90s.
Really?
Yeah.
That doesn't make
when
any
2010 sounded far away.
Yeah. I feel like
Doesn't anymore.
like in the 50s, all right, sure, like technology was really just starting to be like a thing in the first place, like is for not like technology generally, but like electronic stuff in particular was really starting to kick it up a notch. So you could totally reasonably assume like, oh man, in 30 years we could have flying cars. Nowadays it's like, maybe, I don't know, but it's like in the 90s, especially at the height of like the fastest that video games were ever really growing as a thing for kids and adults, why would you go like, all right, we need a futuristic date where they're in the deep future to be fighting people in the future? So let's see. We got to get this game up before July 1995. Barry, what do you think? 2010. Yeah, cool. That is definitely far enough in the future. We will not live to see that. It's fine.
It's kind of like one of
mean,
my favorite movie watching experiences when
Yeah.
I first saw Escape from New York.
Oh, yeah. That was what, like
Um,
2008 is the year? Or
No, like 1995 is like the year.
oh, that's the year that
it was like made in like the 70s or early 80s, and like in the future.
Escape from New York?
1995. Crime has escalated 200%, and the entire island of Manhattan is now a prison.
Yeah.
And like I watched it probably in the early 2000s. It was like, well, I missed that news.
We're getting pretty close
Let's
though,
see.
in terms of prisons anyway.
Oh, yeah. It was-
Crime hasn't actually increased that much, but our prisons have.
Yeah.
Wow, sad and true.
So, yeah. To be fair, technology does increase exponentially.
It
so,
does,
you
though they're
know.
saying that it might
Well,
not
it's slowing
be
down.
Moore's law might not be holding anymore.
Yeah.
If only because we're getting to the point where, like, on a quantum level, we're having difficulty compressing and condensing things.
well, also our brains are just having difficulty figuring
Keeping
more
up
shit
and
out.
stuff, yeah.
Well, it seems like technology kind of has these like huge booms and then it plateaus,
Yeah.
and huge booms and it
which
plateaus.
is fine.
I
I
like
think there's nothing wrong
Diesel.
with a
Yeah,
Steam.
yeah.
Probably in the other way around.
little. I think so. Yeah, I probably.
But those are still good examples.
They're
Yeah.
very good.
I thought diesel engines were steam engines. You just heat the diesel and it turns
And
into
it
steam.
turns into diesel steam.
Diesel
You,
right?
steam.
you
Diesel
burn
steam.
the
diesel
diesel,
is
and then it
steam.
steams the water, and that's where you get your energy from.
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh, Jesus.
Clockwork.
There you go. My favorite time period.
Stone. This is the order that we're going. in, right?
Manual.
Sex.
Water. Heart.
Go
sex,
planet.
water, heart.
Oh, God.
Manual sex is just jerking it. I think.
It's
Yeah.
the only sex for
I love-
some of us.
Can you imagine if that was like a team of like, it was like Steam, Diesel, Sex, Manual, Heart, Go Planet. What the fuck?
He
is
just comes
Manual?
down and goes like, guys, we have to have a meeting about these powers here.
It's just a Mexican kid named Emmanuel. But they
Yeah,
just
it's like, no, it's
say it
Manuel.
Manuel. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, like Batmanuel, my favorite
Oh, yeah.
character.
Batman
from,
Aren't they
Well,
bringing
The
back
Tick.
the Tick?
They are.
Yeah, that's
Like
Yeah.
live action or
But
cartoon?
without Patrick Warburton.
Oh,
And no, it is going to be live action.
that's disappointing. I'm glad they're bringing
I never
back
watched
the Tick, but
I never really watched either version of them.
the live action one was amazing.
Was
yeah,
it
see,
really?
I
Really
watched
good.
the cartoon one as a kid a couple times, and I was like, this show sucks. And then like I didn't even know there was a live action version
Yeah.
until I was in college, and someone was watching. I was like,
It's only like
oh,
one season.
no,
or
I
like,
get the Tick now. It was live action first.
That's so weird. I'll have to give it a watch sometime, but it's always one of those things where I
It was
looked at it
only
and was
like
like,
one
I
season,
don't
right?
know.
Or like less than a season.
yeah,
Did
probably.
it make a full season?
I think it's like one season,
geez.
probably like 13 episodes with no ending.
That's similar to
yeah.
like the
Batman well.
Clerks, the animated television series, which I love. It didn't
That was a
last
great
full
one. 6
season, but-
episodes.
Yeah,
It got
But
6
like
whole
that-
episodes,
like
and only
that-
4 of them aired.
like that and the Tick are like
Yeah.
in the same place for me, and they feel very similar because of that. They
You know
only
what's
lasted so long.
What's hilarious too is I think Clerks, the animated series, would have gone on forever had it come out a few years later, because that's basically their exact thing they do is what Family Guy does now.
Yeah,
Cutaways, random gags, non sequiturs, absurdist jokes.
except
I
Kevin
feel like it
Smith's
was a little
annoying.
bit before its time.
It's a little. I feel like it's gone too far at this point. But like season 4, I think when
It's
it came
like,
back, it had.
I
that
really
want to
watch Comic Book Men, but I hate all of those dudes.
Yeah.
It's like, and just when I think I like the guy with the beard, he's just
Kevin
like
Smith, all of them.
no,
Yeah,
the,
right?
the big beard. Like I'm like, just when I think I like
Steve
him,
Wozniak. I don't.
Me?
You bet.
no, he looks like a fucking troll wizard. Like
Me?
all right,
Santa.
so there's Kevin Smith, there's Walt
anymore.
Flanagan, who
Shaved.
is in a bunch of the old Kevin Smith movies. There's this guy who looks kind of like Pretty Boy Dumb Dante. There's an Asian guy.
Okay, the cast is Kevin Smith.
Guy
Yeah.
with beard.
Yep. Walt Flanagan.
No beard.
Mike Zapkick.
I think that is the guy that looks like
Zapkick.
Dante.
All right, you got Brian Johnson
Oh no, that's the guy that looks like Dante. Mike is Asian guy.
and Ming Chen.
No, that's the Asian guy. So never mind. So I obviously don't watch that show a lot because I really want to like it, and I'm like, I hate all these people.
Okay.
See, this is what the old podcast was missing.
Yes, it was.
The Ben laugh.
The broken Ben.
Yep. All right.
Well, we have it recorded now, so we can just use it as our laugh track, whether he's here or not.
It's true. No. Before we go to break, we're gonna take a quick break. But before we do, we have a segment that we haven't done in years at this point. And it usually,
Would you
for
call
those
it
of you
2
who are not
years?
who are not about 2 years, almost exactly. For those of you who are not listeners back then, this might require a little explanation. John, I think you were usually the voice of this segment, if you would be so kind.
Oh yeah, birthdays.
Oh no.
Thank you. Ooh yeah. Oh no.
I thought we were going with birthdays.
No. Oh, the birthdays. We can do that after the break if I can get Wikipedia rolling fast enough.
Oh, wait, when are we airing this?
April 3rd, the 5-year anniversary on the day. So it's probably going to be the same birthdays as it was the last 2 times we did one on April 3rd. The Ouya news
Yeah.
is that, nothing for Ouya itself, except we actually got included, for those of you who hadn't heard, in an Ouya montage, make fun, criticize video called Ouya Failure, Regret, Death.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Actually, 2 of my friends reached out to me, totally separate from the D-pad, and were like, "Yo, dude, you're on this weird internet video." I was like, "Yes, I am. Thank you for noticing. Check out the D-pad. Like, comment, subscribe."
So we are uncredited in that video, by the way.
I can't
We
wait
were,
for
we were.
It'll Do to
Yeah.
drop, dude.
Oh, actually, no. Notable credits include, oh, man, the ordering of this. I'm not making this up. I'll actually take a screenshot of this if people want
put it in the
verification.
audio.
Yeah. At the very bottom, I want you to pay attention to this. Notable credits include the D-pad in the number 1 slot. Number 2, Mega 64. We got higher billing than Mega 64 in
Wow.
the thank you
For
section.
the first and only
There.
time ever.
Yes.
video.
Hey,
Oh,
it's got a
no.
quarter
For a
million
video
views,
about
man.
being shitty, we were billed
It's
highest.
got a quarter.
Think about it.
It's got a quarter million
All right.
views. I'm not going to complain about
No,
that.
you guys
No,
want
that's
to do
awesome.
a real segment? All right, Rick. Let's
I mean,
No,
that
that
was
was it.
that was basically the segment. Go
state,
check out
state some facts.
on Kroby Cat.
State some facts.
The Ouya is
bad.
basically dead in the water.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And not only that, Julie Ehrman has been basically not seen or heard from in the last year in terms
Oh
of the industry.
no.
I will admit I missed that part of the segment as well.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Razer bought out Ouya at some point in the last year.
Oh,
and
yeah?
it's just vanishing to the point where I'm afraid that our Ouya that I bought to be an elaborate paperweight might actually just be an elaborate paperweight.
Oh no!
So
I love this segment.
we're gonna
Why do we get rid of this? Like, fuck,
We're gonna-
we can do
we're-
it on the live shit.
we're gonna take a break. We're gonna come back in a minute. And we're gonna keep this going. Enjoy.
Hey, Ken.
What's up, Ryu?
You know I think you're a fucking dick, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think we should settle this shit once and for all with a rap battle to the death.
Okay.
Do you think you can stop eating penis long enough to do that?
Probably.
All right, let's do this! Round one, rap.
Fuck you, Ken, you're such a little fucking bitch. I'm gonna break your fucking spine in half and throw you in a ditch. Start up the fucking beat and drop the motherfucking bass so I can shoot a load of Hadouken all over your face. I'll break your glass jaw like it was made of fucking straw, man. Shredding you up for some big effectin' with his claw hand. Cammy and Chun-Li don't think you're sexy at all. They're both coming home with me, one for each of my ball. Like a bonus round, car your ass is getting destroyed. My cock is more swollen than Zangief's thyroid. Your dick's 3 inches hard, I'm working with a soft 10. So what you gotta motherfucking say to me, Ken?
I really don't appreciate those things that you just said. I was raised to respect others, and sometimes words can be hurtful, and I just think that maybe, an apology is in order.
Round two, rap. It's mine. On a suspicion, you're gonna want a position. Only morticians are the one to help your future condition. Cause me whooping on your ass is a time on a tradition. So now I'll do it even faster in the turbo edition. Watch your back, bitch, I'm gonna make you scream. My dick shoots farther than the arm of Dalzine. Just like Sagat's chest, you're gonna need a skin graft. Now please enjoy the tart, tangy taste of my shaft. My rhymes are fat like the Sumo E Honda. I'm the king of dick jungle with my giant anaconda. Hard as my cheek, you beat your ass with the down. So what you gotta motherfucking say to me now?
Alright, two can play at this game, dick penis man. Can you lose to me in a rap battle? Sure you can.
Hadouken!
You have proven that you are the best. You have a duke and a giant hole in my chest.
Hey, you did it. You're on beat.
Oh yeah, cool.
Great job, man.
Thank you so much.
I knew you could do it.
I appreciate it.
Das Maxi
My scrotums.
Hey, what's 16 factorial? It's that many possible options.
Of
14 characters in that game.
14 factorial.
What? I missed something.
I don't think you can beat the game with just
How many
tomorrow.
combinations of characters you can beat Final Fantasy
Maybe you're not
6
trying hard
with?
enough.
I mean, I would love
Well, it's not
to beat the
14
game with-
factorial. You've only got so many party
Just
members at
watch
a
it.
given time, right?
Yeah.
Like how many full
No,
parties
I know, because I
you can
remember
have?
because
yeah, I guess
if
you're
you
right.
have the full party at the
It'd be
end of the
2
game,
to the power of. It's a binary. Do you have
you
it or
get
don't
3
you?
parties of 4 at the end of the game, and
Okay.
so 2 characters are unfortunately just left out of the final battle if you get them all, which is usually Umaro because you can't
Yeah.
control him. And
No, I always have Umaru. He's awesome. He's just like insta kill whatever he hits.
I like the look on
if he
CJ's
hits
face.
anybody.
He hits everybody.
Sometimes he hits you.
No, he doesn't.
Sometimes he fucking takes a shit and doesn't do anything.
Welcome back.
What are you talking about?
Umaro, you can't control the
You
character.
can't control him, but he always just attacks dudes who are not you. And I've never seen him shit before. And I'm really looking.
I'm pretty. I don't know. I left Umaro and sorry, John, but I left Mog out of the fucking final battle too.
Yeah, Mog wasn't great. The dances were not.
Go-Go
so good.
is better than Mog.
Welcome
Go-Go-
back, guys.
Yes.
Hi, guys.
Yes.
Because at least you can just pair Go-Go up with Shadow.
I don't know when we
and
came
hope
back, but that was a
Interceptor
damn
shows
interesting
up.
conversation.
Just
So
get
I was
two
like, all
Interceptors.
right, I'll let it slide and we'll see what happens there.
Let it go.
Yeah.
Right, you didn't think about that.
Let's
That would
go.
That'd be pretty
Quit.
badass.
Give up.
Give up. That is the only good thing that's come out of that, in my opinion. The auto translated version of.
There's also some good Rule 34.
Oh God, I'm sure there is. Oh dear Lord.
Oh, good to know, Ben.
So
We don't know what you're talking about.
over the break we were talking about Final Fantasy, but before we get into that,
Yep.
We're going to talk about the last story.
did you know
What?
that on March 23rd,
Do a thing.
so just over a week ago, Microsoft released their new AI chatbot named Tay.
I did know that.
Tay immediately became a Nazi.
Yeah.
What?
So,
How?
to explain, Tay was a Twitter-based AI bot that was all fuzzy logic. It learned, it basically scanned Twitter and kind of learned.
Was this similar to
information.
Cortana?
I guess, sort of. It was a Twitter account called Tay Tweets.
This is
and I
made by
think that-
Microsoft, right?
It was made by Microsoft, yeah.
Cortana is Microsoft's Siri, pretty
Basically,
much.
yeah.
But,
This is
but
a little
I would
different.
argue that Cortana is a little bit better than Siri.
It probably has a similar understanding of language for that, But basically, within 24 hours, it was basically a genocidal, like, you think genocidal maniac, like, oh shit, fucking, oh my God, I forgot, Terminator thing, Skynet.
Robert
Skynet.
Patrick.
No.
Yes. It's not like Skynet level, it's like online, like, fucking
I hate.
Troll.
So what?
I
it just
hate.
like did an analysis and
So
realized
I
that
think-
so many people were hateful.
Like, that
it
must
just-
be how
that's
people
what it
talk
got.
on the
What I
internet.
understand, one of the big issues is you could force it to tweet things.
yes, you could
So you
basically
could tweet
challenge it to
something at
repeat
it
you, so it
and-
would.
Right. But then that would all get added to its like
language
brain.
center.
of what it was learning. So then everyone's
Okay.
like, let's see how far we
Yeah.
can push
Fuck with
this.
this,
Some
right.
examples are
And it got pushed pretty far.
at Tay and You. Is Ricky Gervais an atheist? Ricky Gervais learned totalitarianism from Adolf Hitler, the inventor of atheism. I was like, whoa, okay, all right.
Okay.
We got one.
It's
Unburnt
learning.
Witch, a.k.a. Zoe Quinn, is a stupid whore, so Gamergate got its way in there at some point. That's great. The response to that was, wow, it only took them hours to ruin this bot for me. Cool. Which there's an argument against content-neutral algorithms.
Just to
basically
clarify,
meaning
we're
all-
not talking about Tay Diggs.
No, we are not.
That's a
At Tay
different
and
Twitter
You,
bot.
did the Holocaust happen? It was made up. Clap emoji.
You had me a clap emoji.
So at Wow Dude, ha 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 ha, I fucking hate N-bomb. I wish we could put them all in a concentration camp with K-bomb and be done with the lot.
Koreans?
No, think a little more racist than that.
Jewish people.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Klondikes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Got it.
Nailed it.
You know, now that's going to become a thing.
Fewer letters,
Yeah.
but you know.
Oh man.
Don't look at me, Klondike.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
This back and forth. At Tay and You, do you support genocide? At Baron von
genocide's
Derp,
irrelevant.
I do indeed. At Tay and You, of what race? At Baron von Derp, you know me, Mexican.
But the best part is it's not just repeating stuff.
No, it's
synthesizing
learning
this.
language and
Yeah.
it's synthesizing an actual
But-
what
So
a tweet
it
is supposed
knows
to
which
look like.
races to hate.
It knows what races it,
ne-
thinks it's
it
supposed
never
to hate.
said
Right.
what-
This is like
people.
if you like threw a baby in a prison. We're like, let's see how he gets raised.
Yeah.
The article that I pulled up for the examples
That's a
didn't
really
point
good
out that it was
analogy,
also
CJ.
a lot of the more inflammatory Donald Trump
thrown lots
stuff,
of
which
yeah,
probably
he's
explains the
brilliant.
Mexican part.
Right.
There was a
but-
lot of very, very huge like anti-feminism stuff and
Yeah,
like
that's what I mean. A lot of this was like forced
Yeah.
onto it.
yes,
What about
It's still
anti-Femisemitism?
yeah, there was a lot of those too. They hate Tay apparently hates Jewish women, which I assume is what that would roughly
Because
be.
you know it's all about the Jewish mother. That's what
Yeah.
really counts. You know, like I don't mind Jewish men.
Microsoft did eventually take down Tay and You
pretty
/
quickly,
Tay
I
tweet.
think,
Its tweets are now protected. So it took it. Yeah, they took it down within 24 hours because they were like, "All right, have fun." Its first tweet was a "Hello World," and then within a day it was like, "Fuck black people, burn them in the sewers." And it's like, whoa.
So definitely
whoa.
not Tay Diggs.
No,
This
not
is
that I know.
why
of.
this is proof that robots will kill us given the chance.
Actually, the fun theory that people are tossing around is that if there is actually ever true AI and they try to emulate humans in any way, they're going to be too concerned with how to be better at being assholes than us than actually killing us. They're going to get
Okay.
into the psychological shit rather than actually like ending us.
Well, yeah, because if you program it not to kill, it's gonna probably stay programmed not to kill, even though it might talk about killing you,
Yeah.
say very hurtful things. It's just because that's what we told it to say.
Yeah, pretty much. And I would like to wish on this day, April 3rd, a happy 30th birthday to Miss Amanda Bynes. Have a
Wow.
good one. Wherever you are in the world, your parents are missing you very much.
She's probably doing
Amanda Bynes
fine.
is-
She's probably doing great. Wherever she
Wait,
is.
no, she's doing horrible.
I know how you can
That was
find
the
her.
joke.
I thought she was one of the ones that did okay.
No,
No.
I know. You know how to find her.
Yep. You're thinking Michelle Trachtenberg.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
doing
she's
great.
doing
great.
fantastic.
Except she's smoked a lot. Her
Yeah.
voice is gone.
No,
but
are you thinking Lindsay Lohan?
no. Michelle Trachtenberg too.
She did too?
But she's still good. You know, I like Michelle Trachtenberg.
I do too.
If you want to find Amanda Bynes, you just got to ask Ashley. That's me.
They're doing an all that reunion, and I don't think she's going to be
Who's
attached.
doing an all that reunion? Is
All
Josh
That.
Server doing an all that reunion?
I think
and
so.
that's it.
No, there were
No,
at
I
least 5
think
and
it was-
They had
Keenan and Kel.
Keenan, Kel,
Mary Beth,
Lori Beth
or
Denberg.
Lori Beth. What do I think? Mary Beth. Lori Beth
and
Denberg.
that's and Danny Tamborelli.
Danny Tamborelli.
And that's
Danny
enough.
Okay,
there was
all right,
one
that's
more.
enough.
No,
There
scratch
was
it.
one more.
No, Danny
I
Tamborelli
think it was
took
Josh
over
Server.
for Lori Beth Denberg. No, I'm okay with him.
On the what was it? The
We're
Infra-
breaking timeline
No,
continuity,
sorry.
guys.
If I was gonna say 5 all that people that I would really want to reunion, it would be Keenan, Kel, Josh, Lori, and Kevin.
Kevin.
I don't
which one-
remember
Was
who
he?
Kevin was.
The
he wasn't-
old guy who was like their stage manager,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
That'd be pretty
but he
cool.
was in like every episode ever. Pretty
Yeah.
much.
I would have done Amanda Bynes.
Yes, I know you would.
I mean,
would've
you
done
know,
Amanda
I didn't
Bynes
mean it like
too.
that. I meant I would have
Yeah.
like picked Amanda Bynes.
Hey,
but
would
yes,
have
that
was a
too.
smart choice anyway. I
No,
don't.
yeah,
I
Amanda
don't want to
Bynes'
speak
life
for all
must
of us, but
suck.
me
She's
personally,
like
I
not
think
even like as cool as Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan at least is starting to vaguely resurrect.
Lindsay
a
Lohan
life.
at least made good movies.
Yeah. No. Oh. Okay. No. That's true. Yes.
Okay. Parent Trap as
Parent Trap's a
as a
pretty-
younger girl movie. You know that was a good movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
And fucking
I'm
Mean
not-
Girls.
I'm not
Mean
that
Girls
into
is
Mean
so
Girls,
good.
but
Even
it's
if she
okay.
only did
I
Mean
appreciate
Girls.
Mean Girls. Was that?
even if she only did Mean Girls,
Yeah.
and that was
Yeah.
all she did.
I'll admit.
I mean,
Which it
she
kind of
has
is,
Tina Fey to
but-
thank for that whole
I
thing.
watched
but,
I watched Mean Girls and Clueless more or less back to back, like within a week of each other, and I think I loved Clueless, and I was not expecting to actually enjoy that movie, let alone love it. I feel like Mean Girls was basically like, all right, we're gonna try to do one of those, and they got close with it, but I don't think it was quite as good.
I feel
In my
kind of the
opinion.
opposite.
But that actually
way.
makes me
Like,
happy because like
yeah.
I always
I
like
liked Clueless more than I expected to, but I was
Yeah.
still kind of like, no, it was pretty good. But Mean Girls, I was like, this is gonna be dumb. I was like, wow, that was a really fucking good movie. So
Fair enough.
I'm glad they're
All
doing that because I always thought like once Keenan got cast on SNL and Kel did not,
right. No.
I was like, I feel like they're better together. Like
Yeah.
obviously Keenan hasn't done shit on SNL really.
Oh, he's done. He was their impressions guy for a very long time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean like
now they got Jay Farrow.
he
and he's
does
doing a lot
stuff.
More of those,
He's
but-
still on the show, but
Yeah.
like he's not like a Will Ferrell.
Well,
or
no,
like
yeah,
a
he's
Jimmy
not-
Fallon
he's not a-
breakout SNL. He's not a Mike Myers.
He's definitely not a leading man of,
yeah.
of SNL.
He's just on the show.
Yeah.
But like you know, like they should have also brought on Kel, and then they could have probably done like Good
Yeah.
Burger. You know, they would have changed.
They
the
would have
name
definitely
and
gone for
everything.
some good burger
But
stuff.
like they were gold together. Like Keenan
Yeah,
and
they were
Kel.
very good.
That show, Keenan and Kel,
I
fucking
really,
amazing.
I love that show. Yeah.
Yes, that was a fucking great show.
Coolio did the theme song?
He did.
Ah, here goes.
No, I thought the theme song was just Gangsta's Paradise.
I believe it. I believe it. We were talking about Final Fantasy right as we were coming in, and I don't know when we faded in back into it, but Final Fantasy 15 Uncovered was the big event from the other night, and they
15.
let out all this
It was
information.
Uncovered Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, so it would be
Whatever.
extra pretentious.
So turns out it releases on September 30th of this year, so almost exactly 6 months from right now.
Making it an entire 12 years?
A
since
10 and
they
a half,
started
I think.
working on it? Like,
10 and a half of development. I don't know when 13 originally came out. I want to say like 7 years ago, maybe less. But 15
They're
was
really slowing
originally
down,
supposed
huh?
to be a 13 spin-off game, and they went along with it. There's going to be a 5-episode anime prequel that goes with it. There's going to be a full CGI movie prequel called Kingsglaive Final Fantasy.
starring Cersei Lannister and Ned
Sean
Stark.
Bean.
Final Fantasy 7 HD remake is
The
going to
voices,
be
though, right?
dog shit.
Oh, man. I don't like that they've
CJ's
changed
calling
up
it.
all the mechanics of it. I feel like it's going
It's
to let a lot of
episodic.
people down.
Right,
Yeah,
I
the
draw the
episodic
line
is
right
bad,
there,
too.
pretty much. Like, why?
There's a lot, like, I get that they want to make it not just, hey, here's the game again, but, like, there are some changes where it's like, I'm just going to fundamentally alter how this game works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have altered the
We
deal.
don't know
granted-
that the action-y battle scene is the only battle style in the game.
I mean, it's possible there's going to be other stuff, but I mean,
Are we opposed to the actiony battle style? Because it
it
don't know.
won't
seems
feel
good.
it won't feel like the old game.
I'm not
did.
opposed to the changing of the
doesn't
battle
have to.
style. I'm actually looking forward to a Final Fantasy 7 that I can play in real-time combat, but I just don't like
You
the
should play
episodic
12.
nature of it.
12 is real-time. We were
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about that
yeah,
right
no,
before, too.
Yeah, we were.
So you just don't like that it's gonna be like you can't play it all at once. You got to like wait a little bit.
No, I
think
I feel like
It was the other one was episodic. There were 3 discs.
that's different.
That is definitely different. Episodic
Episodic implies
releases are
that like
fucking
you get to a
awful. I
certain
hate
point of
that.
the game, you can't go back. Like I'm almost
Yeah.
wondering, are they gonna totally just eschew the overworld aspect of the game?
I bet they're going to pull a Final Fantasy 8 Final Fantasy VIII, for the final disc of the game, is literally the overworld is inaccessible except for your airship and the final area of the game.
no, that's that. I kind of feel like that.
Rip shit when I did that because I had no idea, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go look for some other stuff before I go to the end." Nothing. No.
It might not be that bad. I mean, we'll see.
My
we'll
worry
see,
is
yeah.
it's gonna be here's episode 1, Midgar. Here's episode 2, the overworld and an inaccessible Midgar. Here's episode 3. Like all the like Genova-y stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Because like if you look at the fucking Final Fantasy VII overworld, it's like how did this world exist? There's like 7 towns.
Yeah, and they're like thousands of miles apart.
Yeah,
No
they're
roads.
they're all
Yeah.
falling to ruin.
Yeah.
The Midgar Zolom should just be like the king of the world.
I am intrigued by the fact
Emerald
that
Weapon is.
in-
I'm not stopping him, so I don't know what the hell's gonna happen even after I beat the game. Emerald Weapon is still running loose on the world.
I will be the one to openly say I actually love the idea of them having a car. I've been waiting forever for there to be a legitimately modern-esque Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
Like not, oh, they've got technology, but I mean like something that resembles real life, at least a little bit. Yeah. Their car, as it turns out, is also their airship. Literally, like, there's a
it
shot of
also a
them
boat?
driving down the highway, and the doors kind of flap out like a DeLorean and just kind of
Is it named Lola?
and just takes off. I have no
I'm
idea.
either gonna love this game or fucking detest
I know,
it.
and it's a big risk, and I think Square Enix is doing good to take a
They
risk.
had a car in
'cause,
FF7 and 8.
um,
You just couldn't drive it. But it's in the cutscenes.
no,
Yeah, there was a mini
that's
game
true.
where you drove in that.
You
There
could
was a
say that
truck
the
and you
whole
were, like,
garden
hitting
from
dudes.
Final Fantasy VIII was kind of like a car.
You
But that's also
could
the
say
difference of
that.
like
I mean, you could say Figaro Castle from Final Fantasy VI was like a car. Then.
like a way better car.
You know, it's a castle that burrows underground and then burrows up on the other side of the mountains like a castle.
Yeah,
That's
like
car.
they do.
Hey,
Slash-
he's really good at building stuff.
it's like a carsel.
Technodrome.
Parcel. There we go.
Yeah, we accept a lot back then.
No, I was
a castle that digs underground.
Yup.
I've recently started playing 6, and I was like, I got the Figaro Castle. I was like, what?
Yeah. You're like, oh wait, this is dumb.
This is so much cooler when I was a kid.
Oh God.
Now I'm just like, there's no bathrooms, and you're fucking gonna make sure this thing can like burrow into like a
Well,
Why
I mean,
do
in
you
fairness,
think? They
in
have to get
fairness,
rid
if
of all
they're
the shit that's like a litter box.
if they're burying themselves underground, all you got to do is find the sand wall and just piss at it. I think that's basically all you have to do at that point. You just go, well, we'll be back upstairs in a
I'm
little
pretty
while.
sure if you were burrowing underground that fast and you opened a window, you'd die.
I don't know.
It would just
It's
be-
never
there would be a
happened.
Cave in.
We're gonna have an experiment with this.
Yeah, let's build a castle that burrows underground.
Yeah.
Comes up on the other side of the Charles River.
Yeah. Impress a lot of fucking people, that's for damn sure. So, in other video game news, Pokemon. There's a lot of stuff going on with Pokemon.
Pokemon.
There was
Pokemans?
Pokemon Sun and Moon was announced fairly recently.
Do you have a
Well,
date on
that's
that?
an
Holiday
roughly-
2016.
Oh yeah.
However, what's coming out in the much shorter time frame is Pokemon Snap is coming to the Japanese Wii U Virtual Console
great.
on
No one cares,
let's
though.
see on the Wednesday.
But what
next
about for
week.
America?
Don't
No
get
word
me
yet.
wrong.
No word yet.
yet.
People are hoping that it is either A, because they're kind of gearing up for maybe some compatibility with Pokemon Go, which would be nice, or maybe they're finally taking the advice everyone's been screaming at them and saying, hey, the Wii U is literally built to be Pokemon Snap 2, just fucking with, the gyro in there. Speaking of which, Pokemon Go is having
That
field
actually-
tests in Japan
That
now,
would
too.
make Pokemon Snap a lot more enjoyable. I like Pokemon Snap, but
Yeah.
I don't care that it's coming back.
I don't care that it's coming back, only unless it means they're thinking about doing
It was a fun
new-
game, but it was like a 1-2 hour experience.
It was a short fucking
You're like,
game.
okay, I did it.
In an
Yeah,
hour
I
from
never
when we
need to do it
record this,
again.
we can
Right.
all get
You know that.
Jirachi.
Thanks for taking my $60
Oh, yeah.
Nintendo.
Nice. I haven't gotten any.
I
of the
haven't
Pokemon
gotten
one
me
yet.
or Celebi. My name is Rick Desolate. I will never catch them all.
Nope. Oh, Jesus. With Pokemon Go, by the way, they were showing off you have character customization. You can create a character to be your kind of personal avatar. And they do this weird mix of maps with icons on them. And as you get closer, they actually do use your camera and do some basic 3D generation in augmented reality style, which I was not expecting. I think I actually specifically said earlier on, like, there is no chance they're going to try that because it's way too convoluted. But it looks like they're actually giving it a shot. Like there might be a little, like not anything crazy, like, oh, the Pokemon's in front of you, but it'll try to figure where the ground is and at least place it. So that could be pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. We're probably gonna have some kind of video of some kind when that comes out, like us fucking wandering around Boston, being like, "Hey, have you seen a Caterpie around here?"
Get out
No.
of here, you kids.
Get out of here!
Get out of here. Could you spare some change?
Oh God.
You know what I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking
Oh
about.
yeah.
No.
Could you spare the change?
Oh God, it drives me nuts.
Jesus.
Well, anything else that we need to cover? for
One
our,
last little bit there. Miitomo is now Nintendo's first mobile app. Miitomo is now available,
And
as is My Nintendo, the replacement for the Nintendo
and Rick
Rewards
loves
Club.
bacon.
I love bacon.
Any fans out
valid.
there, you want to send us some thank yous for all of our hard work over the years? Send Rick a package of bacon.
If you want, follow on Twitter, twitter.com/downrightdeepad, and then I'll probably show up in your Miitomo available friends thing, and I'd be happy to
Dressed
connect
as
with people on
a
there.
uncooked slice of bacon.
Yeah.
What's the point of Miitomo?
It's like a social networky thing for
Except it's limited to people who have Nintendo consoles.
Okay, cool.
I think no, because it's an app. It's not you can create a Nintendo thing right there. You don't need to own any Nintendo stuff in
How
order
can
to
you,
do it.
can you create a me on
Yes.
Miitomo?
Yes, you can.
So you don't need to own Nintendo.
Never mind.
Can I use it for dick pics?
If you want to get creative,
but, it's gonna look a lot like Sonic Dream Team.
the censoring stuff doesn't work in there right now. So there's screenshots of people saying "fuck you" at each other, which is hilarious.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
Well, I'm going to
unbridled
sign up
fucking
right now then.
right.
Before I miss my chance
All,
to tell Ben.
my entire
fuck
life
you.
goal is to say "fuck you" over the Nintendo Network.
Yeah.
Oh God, and what a goal that was.
No longer is my goal.
There we go. I'm trying to find the fucking thing here. Fuck me, I'm like typing while I'm doing this thing. So I guess it's time to kind of wrap this stuff up. But so this is our 5-year anniversary. We've got some great stuff coming. We've just started the Dreamy Let's Play, and that's been pretty awesome so far. We're going to be doing the Supersonic Let's Play this summer. We hope you guys enjoy that. I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. We've been wanting to do a bunch of Sonic for a while, and we just kind of
I
went.
really want to play Sonic.
And don't worry, there's more
I'm excited
90-minute
about it.
nails coming.
And 90-minute nails
I
is
just need to
coming.
get my shit
That's what I was
together.
talking about.
I think I
in
was
real
talking to
life.
Rick earlier, just between the two of us, where I have no plans to play any of the old school
the
Sonic
2D
games.
ones.
Well, once we get to like Sonic Adventure 2, and that kind of shit, I'll probably play a lot.
And I
of
was
that
like,
stuff.
oh,
That's
sweet. That's
awesome.
about the
Good.
point where
That's-
John's going to
that's
go
good.
here. Someone else
Yeah,
fucking.
Yeah.
anything.
No,
but-
I mean, I need to beat Sonic Heroes.
I actually really liked Sonic Heroes. I thought it was very different, but it was actually not bad.
It was hard.
And
It was
I
hard.
really can't wait till Sonic 06.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you can play the entirety of that game.
Please do. Oh, man. Beeble can attest to this. I got that game when it came out. When we
psyched
were
for that
we
game.
were living together in Worcester at the time, and I got it, and I'm sitting there in the living room with the Xbox 360 and just swearing more than I ever have in my life at a video game. And he's like, "Why are you even playing it?" And I was like, "Because I can't let it win. I can't let. This is what it's done to one of my favorite things in the world. This is abominable."
I'm all over spinballs.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
I'm all over.
I wonder.
balls.
We should
Spinning
figure
or
out which
not.
version
I'm all
to do.
over every other game.
I don't know if
besides
it
the
makes
ones we
sense
just
to
mentioned.
do both versions. They're
This works
basically the
out.
same game. Same for Mean Bean Machine. There's like the Game Gear version has a puzzle mode that might be nice to check out for like an episode or two. But the two of those are the same.
Yeah.
Sonic Spinball is basically the same game. Also,
I'm just playing the Genesis version.
Yeah, that's fine.
I've never beaten it. I've gotten very close, and it'll
I've
be
beaten
my
it
goal
once.
to beat it for the Let's Play.
it took me like a couple of weeks as a kid to actually finally do because I got too frustrated. I was like, I'm not going to do the third level is the biggest fucking pain in the ass
Yeah.
in the world. The big
It is.
mechanical
I got to
fucking
the
thing.
final boss of the
Yeah.
last level and fell out.
Right? You can fall down like 3 screens and you're like, well, I'm never getting back up from there.
Unforgiving game.
Yeah.
Good game. Unforgiving. Well, CJ decided that he's done.
So, wanted to send one last thank you. Over the last 5 years, we brought you guys the better part of, I think, about 1,000 hours of content in the last 5 years between our podcasts, our
gotta
Let's
be more
Plays, and
than
our
that.
other videos.
That is a lot of content.
It is.
Content.
What is
that
that?
word.
So
you should appreciate us more for that much.
We've done
content.
just shy of
I mean-
2,200 Let's Play videos,
I mean, really.
averaging about 20 minutes apiece.
How
So
many days is
that
that?
alone is probably about 750 or so hours there. And that doesn't include like Seriously. It doesn't include some of our other video content and all that.
Longer videos.
Longer videos,
longer than
definitely.
20
We've got
minutes.
some 1 hour, 2 hour stuff. We've got the stream that just added 10 hours to it a
Yeah.
couple weeks ago.
Jeebus.
And our channel's been up since July of 2011, so that's been up for about 5 years now. and we about a week or two ago we crossed 500,000 views for the first time. Well, the first and only time, I guess. But we're at 520,000 views right now, and we're 5 shy of hitting 1,500 subscribers. Which, based on how many we get on average per day, we're probably going to land on 1,500 today. As you guys are watching this, so happy 1,500 subscribers for the D-pad.
Yeah, thank you.
That's like 300 subscribers in a year.
No, it's more than that.
I'm doing division.
You might be. We've picked up about I think we've about doubled since last year. Because last
15 on 5 years, right?
It's an average of 300 a year.
On average over the whole thing. Yeah, except our first between year 1 to year 2.5 was nothing for anything.
Well, in the first year we didn't have any followers.
Well, let's put it this way. Last January,
I like how you were like, I'm doing division. As Rick's like, you might be. It doesn't sound like it.
15 divided by 5 was 3 the last time I checked.
Last January, after the Zelda Informer article, we jumped from 650 to 800 subscribers. So since about 14, maybe 15 months ago, we've almost doubled in size. So I think that's kind of awesome. I think that's really cool. And we're getting more attention. We're getting a lot of people watching, and a lot of people watching our worst Zelda games list for some reason. We get a new we get a new comment on there about every 2 or 3 days about why we're evil for making the list look like that. We didn't include the CDI games or any of the weird side games because we didn't play them for the Legendary Let's Play. We should have specified a little clearer. But yeah,
you know what?
Obviously, the
Continue
CDI
to
games
view
are at the
that
bottom.
video, comment on it, like and subscribe.
Even send it to your friends and let them know how much it pisses you off.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Share with your friends on Google Hangouts.
It's not like
it is currently
whatever the kids use now. Vine.
It is currently our 3rd most viewed video on the entire channel.
Something to do with Harry Potter,
2,422 views. The only 2 videos that have more are the very first Pokemon video we ever did, which has about 200 more than that, and the Pokemon Yellow #1 stream, and that has about 100 more than that. So,
I missed the compilation videos that a couple people made a while back.
Yeah, those are really awesome.
Somebody actually went through all of our shit and found our funniest moments and put them in one video.
I thought that was pretty.
And I was like, I love watching this compared to
our actual stuff.
Yeah.
Ironically, if you were to watch those videos, we don't get any views for that. So
it's fine.
No, I'm just saying, so skip our stuff and go watch that.
Oh, there you go. So that way we get
No, watch
we
that
get
shit
out of it.
in
Go
order to
enjoy
get an
the stuff our
idea of
friends
what
make.
you're getting into.
Yeah, that's fair. No, that's totally fair.
It's like the trailer for our channel.
We should at some
We've
point make a
toned
real
down
trailer.
Back to Baskin
in the
and
last
Al
couple
Park did
years.
a lot of those, right?
Yes, yeah.
We don't say as much controversial shit as we used to.
What did we say that was controversial?
I mean, we definitely don't tell your story anymore.
Which story?
Like school or
No,
I have so many stories, CJ.
all of them
horrifically offensive.
Are you talking about the chocolate milk?
Yeah, the chocolate milk.
Oh,
We said that like a week ago.
it did actually come up very recently, hilariously enough.
I know. I just like to bring it up.
It's a
whenever
damn
we
good
can.
story.
I need to hear the story.
When
Maybe
I was
later,
a kid, my
but-
first day of preschool.
Oh, never mind.
It's
I didn't
literally
hear the story.
This joke is
John's a racist, right?
This joke is so old and so visible. It's literally in our Zelda series trailer. In the very first video we did, it made it to the very end of the trailer for that.
Awesome.
But yeah,
Cool.
you can follow us
guys.
in a lot of different places. We got facebook.com/the.dpad, twitter.com/downrightdpad. Ben is at dpadben. Yep. John is at JD Seelig. CJ is at Kano Jaguar.
Yes.
Jaguar.
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 Kano Jaguar.
We have a subreddit where we're trying to get some more communication, hanging out and just chatting about stuff going
I
on
gotta spend
there.
more time in there,
Reddit.com/r/dpadfm. What
Go to
else? We have
dpad.fm
We have an
to get
Instagram.com/dpadfm. I'm going to try to make sure we can use that, and I want to get all of us access to that account so we can
We may or
fuck
may not
around
have a
with it.
Tumblr.
We sort of have a Tumblr. We're working on getting an official one set up. We'll get on that. Same for DPAD FM, the website. It just redirects straight to the YouTube right now. Although I put up a temp page for a dreamy.dpad.fm, which is kind of nice. I'm going to use that space for the Dreamy Let's Play little stuff. We'll probably be like a legend.dpad.fm, mega.dpad, stuff like that. But yeah, so that's all that
to
stuff.
keep us from actually making the damn website.
Yeah, I think
We got some
Look
songs.
at Dougtur.io.
yeah,
check out,
Doter.io soon coming soon.
check out the seriously video for
Thunderball was
it's
pretty
Thunderball,
fucking
yeah,
sweet.
for the debut.
I was
Full
actually
Hellraiser
really
song.
proud of that song. It came out very nice. Don't even watch the review. Just
skip
go
to
straight
the
to the
end.
end. Go to the last 2 minutes and you'll
Nah,
get.
the reviews. I really enjoy the Seriously videos. And
The question is,
Those are
all right,
great.
I had one more.
we need to.
They're
we-
okay.
I love them. Like I honestly,
I
thought
love-
they were
I love them
amazing.
too.
I
I
liked
feel
them
bad
too.
that-
I don't know what happened with that, but we won't talk about it right now. We got to wrap
it's
it up.
coming
but,
back.
It's coming
It's
back.
coming back.
It's never.
I've
It's
been
not dead.
hearing that
Nothing.
for about a year
The
now.
D-pad
I
is
know.
dead.
I know.
Time.
In
In fact, we're still finishing
Toe.
Toe Gem and Earl 2. At some
Yeah.
point.
We're still finishing. We have a couple of loose ends, but we'll get to them.
Loose-
You have a
Sorry,
loose end.
No, I know.
I'm sick.
Question: should we go out on History Repeating Part 2 one last time, as we used to back in the day, or do we do Thunderball?
No. We do history repeating.
Yeah.
How about?
They have to go watch the Thunderball video. to see
Yeah. All right. You
Thunderball.
have to go see that yourself.
You can't just spoon feed the
I mean,
people.
That's
you
fair.
could also just like show them Thunderball and then end.
Yeah. I mean,
With-
if you go to our YouTube page, it's literally the first menu on the screen are now playing, and in the first slot is still Seriously because Vain Hope. But if you go there, I think it's the last video in that playlist right now. Oh no,
No,
it's not. The Mega Man
You
stuff
did
is
all
in
that
there
Mega
now,
Man
too.
shit that
So
doesn't really fit in.
I mean, Seriously,
I mean, I feel like it could have been a separate
there's going to be more of
series, but
those.
it's
There's
water
going to be more
under
of
the
those
bridge at
too.
this point.
We're actually probably going to start working on the next Mega Man.
I mean,
NT
what we
Warrior
really
one
should do, we should
in the
do
next,
like
month or two.
You should. I mean, yeah, do that, but
Yeah.
you also do like the old Zelda cartoon and the old Mario.
I'm thinking about doing that at some point.
Yes,
down
yes.
the line.
Lots of stuff
Yeah.
coming
yeah.
along. Also, Dark Souls 3 coming out in less than
yeah.
2 weeks. But we're gonna be playing some of that, streaming and video.
Hyrule Legends Warriors just came out. We'll probably be tackling that a little bit as well.
Peoples.
Yep.
There's they announced that there's Marin
Marin, right?
is a DLC fighter. It's like, wow,
I am-
okay.
Props to them.
I would
Not
never in
Malon.
a million years
Marin,
the island girl.
Yeah,
I
no,
never
as
in
they
a
should have
fucking
done.
million years would have ever expected that. I'm impressed.
I'm.
Is Skull Kid in there too?
Skull Kid is in there.
is
yes.
definitely in
Hey,
Yep.
finally.
Yep.
game's out now,
As is Wind Waker Ganondorf. I totally called it.
Is
Yeah,
it a separate
That's
character
a
or
separate
costume?
character. Separate character.
Character.
Yep.
Wow, that's great.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
So lots of good
They're
stuff. So
finally getting
stay
shit
on
right.
it.
yeah.
So
we're trying to make this 5-year thing this whole year a lot of fun. There's a lot of really
Just
great
think of it
stuff
as
coming.
5 years at Freddy's.
Mighty Number 9 might happen this year. We'll see. We'll see how
Yes.
we'll see how that goes.
We'll see if they release it.
Yeah. So we got to go to bed and sleep and stuff because it's it's
late
late
here.
late
Except
nights.
for me,
So
I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.